everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. Today's video is a review of the new Batman creative team. So Batman 118 from DC Comics. This is a whole new era of Batman. After the events of Fear State, James Tynion and the team have moved on to different stuff. And we have a new creative team behind the book. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of that stuff. So this will be a review of that Batman 118. So Batman 118 is written by Joshua Williamson with art by Jorge Moline and Tomeu Morey on colors. Here you can see three different variant covers. We have the normal cover. We have what I think will be the cardstock cover in the middle, and then an homage to Todd McFarlane. Um, like it says here, this will be the part one of the new story Abyss. And let's get into talking a little bit about this stuff. So I'm pretty pumped for Joshua Williamson to be taking over the Batman book. Batman's a book I've been reading pretty much since I began collecting comics in 2012. It's been through several creative teams, Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, Tom King, and a variety of amazing artists. More recently, James Tynion and Jorge Jimenez. So here we have the new era with Josh Williamson. Josh Williamson, you may be familiar with from The Flash, also Infinite Frontier and Justice League Incarnate, to name a few things. So it is definitely, I feel very confident to say that Josh Williams knows the DC universe because nobody that is, if you're reading Justice League Incarnate, you know that it takes. Um, it takes a quite a deep knowledge of the DC universe to write a story like that. So Abyss Part 1, as Gotham celebrates surviving Fear State, Batman retreats alone into the darkness, but when he learns of a mystery involving Batman Inc., and I'll get into Batman Inc. in a second, it forces the Caped Crusader to leave Gotham for a brand new adventure. Thrills, chills, and international intrigue await. So, if you're not familiar with Batman Inc., during the Grant Morrison era of comics, Bruce Wayne founded Batman Inc., which meant that a lot of different countries got their own version of Batman. And this could be from, they didn't have to be called Batman, they just, it was somebody that would represent Batman in that country. So, there's an international network now of different Batman that kind of man the globe and they do the same job a little bit differently. Not everybody's like Bruce Wayne, and that's definitely seen here on the issue. So let's get into a little bit of what I was talking about. So yeah, we kick off immediately in just Gotham City, celebrating that we got through Fear State. If you haven't read Fear State, I highly recommend it. James Tynion's run was pretty good. I'm very glad and very happy with the way things ended. So I'm looking forward to this new status quo. I love the establishing shots here by Molina and Morey. Like, I think they make a very good team, and these contrasts between um, warm panels and then more cool colored panels, like going back and forth as we ease into the book. But then, of course, this is a Batman book. This is Gotham City, so we need that alley shot. We need that. There's got to be some crime going on. The cat, the wires, like this page here is in essence what you can think of as Gotham City. So I think the team definitely understands how to approach this book, and the story is quite entertaining. We definitely have to first establish the mental state of Bruce Wayne as Batman, and like the synopsis mentioned, Bruce is uh he always has trouble when he feels like Gotham doesn't need him. He struggles with not being able, like not having anything to do, I guess you could say. So he's always looking out, and these little robbers here, they're kind of thinking like, well, I mean, we're just Batman's not gonna be around for this kind of stuff. Like, like they even make a joke, like they see a shadow and they're like, is that the Batman or is that just one of the gargoyles that whoever designed this crazy city So I find that pretty humorous actually. But yeah, the book feels very natural, very into the Gotham City. And then we get this really cool shot here. I highlighted this because the look in their faces, and then when you turn the page, we have the reveal of like, oh snap, that was Batman, that was looking for them. And I mean, that's a great looking Batman. You don't normally see Batman with fireworks in the background. I thought that was a really interesting juxtaposition of like the Dark Knight with the celebration in Gotham, but it really fills in that theme what I was talking about of maybe Gotham doesn't need Batman at the moment, right? They have other heroes as well. They have a lot of the Bat family. So Joshua Williamson wants to explore. Okay, let's take Batman somewhere else for a minute. Let's let things reset. If you've seen some of the solicits or some of the other variants, there's a design variant for the villain. It looks pretty cool. The big mystery here is some of the members of Batman Inc. are in trouble now. Batman has to go figure out what's really going on. So this is a perfect entry point for anybody that hasn't been reading Batman in a while, or pretty much even if you haven't been reading comics in a while. I would say this is a really good entry point. Whenever a creative team changes, it's just a perfect opening. Kind of like this is your entrance on the highway. So I would recommend you check this out. This is going to be a 4-part story, so it's a bit of a commitment, but I think it'll definitely pay off. And you'll get to see some interesting characters. You'll get to meet some interesting characters outside of the normal stuff that happens in Gotham City, because Batman has to travel abroad, and it's always fun to see Batman outside of Gotham, just because you never know what kind of resources he's going to end up having uh, outside of his main base of operations. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Let me know if you bought this book and what you think of the book. We have more reviews for comics, more stuff from DC, Boom, Marvel, and a few other indie publishers that we'll get into this week. So stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays at 10 a.m. Central. We just had our live show where we talked a little bit about the first look at Into Spider-Verse, caught up on the comics we're reading, and then towards the end we had a little discussion about these new horror shows that are expanding the canon of like movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Child's Play, stuff like that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.